Chapter 1. The Importance of Effective Verbal Communication. When you talk, you give yourself away. You reveal your true character in a picture which is more true and realistic than anything an artist can do. Dr. Ralph Smedley, Founder, Toastmasters International. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. So began the late Steve Jobs as he introduced the iPhone at the Macworld Expo in January 2007. Wearing his trademark black turtleneck and washed-out blue jeans, Jobs went on to deliver another amazing keynote speech. The energized audience punctuated his keynote with applause, knowing that they were witnessing the introduction of yet another revolutionary Apple product. In a career of dazzling product presentations, the iPhone launch, may have been his best, writes Walter Isaacson in his biography of Steve Jobs. Many agree with Isaacson, calling Jobs' 2007 Macworld Pro speech one of the greatest product launch presentations of all time. Like other presentations by Jobs, known as Steve Notes, the iPhone launch presentation was exquisitely planned and executed, resulting in an unprecedented product hype and unparalleled advertising. His presentation slides were simple, conveying key ideas that created excitement in the audience. As in his other launch presentations, he did a live demonstration of the iPhone on stage, exuding the enthusiasm that he expected to see in his customers. Simply put, Steve Jobs enhanced the value of the iPhone through his product launch presentation. Today, in spite of immense competition and razor-thin profit margins in the consumer electronics sector, Apple products command a premium like no other electronic gadget manufacturer. At least part of the credit goes to the excellent communication strategy of Steve Jobs and his team. The ability to communicate effectively is becoming an important differentiator in the corporate environment, particularly since corporations like Apple are going to all parts of the world in search of talent and lower costs. Our global, interconnected world requires people to communicate effectively in spite of differing backgrounds, cultures, and languages. Recent research published in January 2012 on the Harvard Business Review blog shows strong communication skills to be one of the 9 traits exhibited by successful global leaders. Corporate recruiters consistently highlight the importance of communication skills in candidates. In an online Harris Interactive survey of the 4,125 MBA recruiters, the results of which were reported in the September 20, 2006 issue of the Wall Street Journal, 89% identified interpersonal and communication skills as an important leadership trait that they seek in good candidates. The ability of corporate management to verbalize company goals and visions in diverse settings, something that the late Steve Jobs did so effectively for Apple, will be a key determining factor between companies that succeed and those that do not. Despite this, I am amazed how little time and effort are invested by corporations in helping employees become effective communicators. Elaborate training programs exist to enable technical growth and business leadership development, but few programs, if any, target the oratory skills of employees. The training programs that are communication-focused typically teach a few tricks or tools to make messages stick. Employees do not develop a deeper understanding of verbal communication. There is no permanent learning. Importance of communication. A business example. Some time ago, I had the opportunity to manage the fabrication of some large structures for a schedule-driven project. Previous experience on similar projects had shown that the schedule I was being asked to meet was at best aggressive and most likely improbable. To make matters worse, there was a large commercial consequence for delayed completion. Very early in the project, I determined that the fabricator could meet schedule if I effectively managed communication to and from the fabricator. There were many stakeholders, each with valid concerns. The tight schedule and enormous consequences of failure ensured that I would have their full attention throughout the project. It became evident to me that to meet the deadline, I would have to manage the stakeholders so that they let the fabricators do their job. If the stakeholders communicated directly with the fabricator, it would lead to confusion and relationship disagreements with direct impact.